It all began on a rainy afternoon in New York City. Daniel, a struggling artist, was running late for his shift at a local cafe. With his sketchbook tucked under his arm, he sprinted through the bustling streets, dodging pedestrians. Just as he reached the cafe door, he crashed into someone, sending coffee cups flying and drenching the stranger's coat. That stranger was Emily, a passionate writer who had just moved to the city to chase her dreams. "I'm so sorry," Daniel stammered, scrambling to help her. Emily, instead of being upset, simply laughed. "Well, that's one way to make a first impression," she said, wringing out her sleeve. There was something about her warmth, her easygoing nature, that struck Daniel instantly. From that moment, their lives intertwined. Daniel and Emily became inseparable, spending evenings in dimly lit coffee shops, sharing their dreams, their fears, and their deepest thoughts. He sketched her in his notebook, capturing every little expression, while she wrote stories inspired by their moments together. They encouraged each other, pushing through rejections and self-doubt, always believing in one another. One winter evening, as snowflakes drifted through the city, Daniel took Emily to a small art gallery. His artwork was finally being displayed, his sketches of her, of their journey, their love. Emily was speechless. Tears welled in her eyes as she turned to him. "You made me your masterpiece," she whispered. "You've always been my inspiration," Daniel replied. But love stories aren't without trials. When Emily received an offer to publish her book, it required her to move to London for 2 years. It was her dream, yet the thought of leaving Daniel terrified her. "Go," Daniel said one evening, holding her hands. "This is your moment. I'll be here when you return." They promised to wait. At first, the calls and messages were frequent, but as months passed, life got in the way. Time zones, busy schedules, and new opportunities pulled them apart. 2 years turned into 3, then 4. They drifted, until one day the call simply stopped. Years passed. Daniel became a renowned artist, and Emily's books became bestsellers. Yet, in all their success, something was missing. One autumn afternoon, Emily returned to New York for a book signing. As she signed copies, she saw a familiar sketchbook placed in front of her. Looking up, her breath hitched. Daniel stood there, smiling softly. "Still my biggest inspiration," he said. Tears filled Emily's eyes. In that moment she realized, true love never fades. Life had taken them on different paths, but their hearts had always been in the same place. That evening they walked through the city just like they used to, talking for hours, making up for lost time. And as the sun set over New York, they knew, this time, they wouldn't let go.